Time to have everything you love. Time to have Hulu.
Everything I love, like Live Sports and Family Guy?
We're live again. I am wounded but not defeated. Once again, they have taken my main channel down in the hopes that they would vanquish Mr. Mission Control from the recesses of YouTube's sewer system. But alas, I remain as potent as ever. And Monkey too. Monkey just is beside himself. It just fucking, he's like, fuck it. I'm not even doing any more shows. Monkey's. Let me check. So I must be live on YouTube. I did receive a takedown strike, a copyright strike today, but that doesn't amount to a stop uploading strike. It's a copyright strike. If you get 3 of those, your channel's gone. And if you get three regular strikes, you're gone. And of course, my main channel, I'll show you screenshots of it later, or I won't. But I've got screenshots of what they did to me when my main channel, my new main channel went back live. My Mr. Mission Control channel went back live the other day, and they uploaded 2 videos when I was sleeping. I wasn't even online. I've got all my computer records, my router records. I told them, I said, I caught you guys. And then they sent me a thing, said, it sounds like your account's been hacked. And my account was not hacked. They hacked it. YouTube fucking hacked it. they sent me information on how to get your Google account back by verification and stuff. Bullshit. They fucking uploaded those 2 videos and struck my channel down with them. So they were on private too, I believe. I can't rightfully remember. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I was on a 2-week strike. But anyway, whatever, water under the bridge. I've turned my Dark 30 Report channel into Not Your Father's Country channel with the same background, Dark 30 Report, of the guys going into, well, it was from the Dark 30. It was from the Zero Dark 30 movie cover of the guys going in that compound. And then I put flames on it. And then I put Dark 30 Report on it. So that's the cover image of it used to be my Dark 30 Report channel, my satire channel. I think I will be either moving those videos I made or making them unlisted. So if you want them, they're still up. Go and save the URLs. If you want laughs later, especially I know everybody loves Mad Mass Monkey. So, go and get those videos while you still can. Ariel, I have a task for you. You're not driving or anything, are you right now, Ariel? Are you? You have access to your computer? I need you to do me a favor real quick. The only information we're going to cover tonight about that is that I have emailed and I've got screenshotted the return email from the FDA. Okay, well, hold on. I need somebody to do me a favor real quick. I screenshotted the emails to the FDA. I emailed the files, the pertinent files on stuff, on the nanoparticles to the FDA, FEMA, and their complaint divisions and news desks. Yesterday I attempted to email my governor's secretary, and I managed to get one through to the attorney, the governor's attorney, medical attorney, and I don't know if I reached the secretary or not. I haven't attempted to email Bozeman, but I did email Tom Cotton, the senator, about me sending information to the governor's office. They haven't responded. Nobody's responded. Of course, it was Friday. I have recovered. I was having a slight reality shift, fucking mind fuck, and we're going to cover that. Why that is. I found out the answer, Frigga. I found out the answer to our questions a little while ago. Just came up on BitChute. Okay, we're going to watch that video, and I've got links here, which I need to fix real quick. I need to take that off. Add that to collections. Put this back in here. Okay, I think I've got it. So I added all my links tonight and channels to a saved collections tab. I got a collections. Microsoft browser is got a lot of good stuff as far as extensions and things you can do with your browser. Today's the 21st. Okay, so I'm going to copy all, go into my Discord, and post these links real quick in case the stream gets shut down or something, which I don't think so. I'm trying to make it this one so I can leave it up, not having any, medical misinformation in it or whatever, what they consider medical misinformation, which is actually the stark truth. I do adequate research, and there's one link. Why didn't it? Okay, hold on. I need the copy all link. Give me a second here. That's an Odyssey video. That's one of the videos. There's only 2 or 3 videos from tonight's stream. The rest of them are 4 videos. The rest of them, there's 2 music aimed ahead links, and then channel links, new channel links that I found about the stimulus check. Shit. Here we go. This one, now I do. No. Copy all. There it goes. Okay. That should have, that link was too long. It didn't pop up in chat. But what it should do, expand 62 lines. What it should do is give me a list I can post to chat. Like that. There we go. Okay. There's all your links for tonight. There's tonight's links. So it's all right, Ariel. But okay, what I need a favor from somebody to do is to go into the that VAERS site and get the death numbers, and then or use the actual death numbers, which is around 44,000, 45,000, and do a ratio comparison to the people that got the thing. Like what's the survivability rate of taking it versus not taking it, and getting the sickness. You should have two or three plausible equations there. You come out with different percentiles, assigning, death versus contraction, death versus death, and contraction versus in injection, or non. You get what I'm saying. I need some ratios. I'm not good with math, or if I put together the formulas, I'd fuck them all up. But I know what I need. I need the the number for the it's around 12,000 in the VAERS data for the deaths, and then the ratio number for the 44 proposed 44,000, which should be the VAERS data with that only covers 1 in every 4 reports. So if you get even I need the numbers for the VAERS data they're showing, and then the numbers for all the stuff on there that are showing 1 out of every 4 cases showing, right? So the expanded number, the blown up number, and that would be the hospitalizations, the side effects, of everything. Expanded numbers. So, because we want to know the numbers to show in court that, look, even taking it versus non-taking it or versus something else, these are the statistics that are given, and then these are the actual statistics that we know because they hide stuff. I need those statistics. Somebody willing to do. Frigga, you're good with bookkeeping. You can do it. That site, let me get that site to get the numbers from you real quick, and then we'll watch this video on what I figured out has happened and is happening to reality. Here's a yellow card. I just found this today as yellow card data for UK, and that would be the equivalent of the VAERS data. Now, I might not leave this video up, but I want to leave it up, so I'm trying not to, say or anything like that, or don't say anything in chat, give any advice or anything like that. So let's keep it kosher here while I find this other bookmark. I've got so many bookmarks, guys. I cover so much shit that's not on video. It's not on my, there it is. It's not on my live streams. This is where you're going to find, this is the link to the open VAERS data. And this is the UK equivalent to the open VAERS data. I just found that today. So having those, and it's up to 13,068 in the US deaths, and data lock date 8/4/2021 or 4/8, I don't know which. Is 1,559. That's in the UK column. And that's searchable. I believe that is UK column is an independent multimedia news website supported by its members, which is there's graphs. That's neat. I mean, but I don't think that information is correct as the open VAERS with the 13,068. That's supposedly 1 in 4. So that's, let me get my calculator here. 13,068 times 4 is 52,272 is the estimated what we know of them and their information gathering and reporting. So that's that one right there. That one right there. All right, I'm going to cut chat and we're going to watch this. What I believe totally, and I've been saying similar things. I just couldn't place my psychic visions and knowledge into what this military insider knows about and confessed just a short time ago within the last month or two, and has made it to BitChute is where I found this. It doesn't contain anything that's bannable or against copyright or against community guidelines that I know of. So I didn't watch the last third of it, but if it does, oh well, this video will have to go unpublished on YouTube or deleted off of YouTube. It will be going up everywhere else. BitChute, Odyssey, you know, maybe even on Rumble, because I'm advertising for my Not Your Father's Country. I settled on that as my main new channel to replace my 2 backups for Mr. Mission Control, my Not Your Father's Country, and and it'd be with reporter Mr. Mission Control. So I could still maintain my alias, my plausible deniability, and everything else. So without any further ado,
one of the caveats that I do have some personal information that I did get personally involved in was some information that had to do with the Stargates and Looking Glass, and more specifically the 2012 problem with those projects. The popular opinion of what's out there right now is that the project was shut down because there was a problem when we approached 2012. I've heard it described a number of ways, but to my knowledge, the problem is that the timelines converge on that point in time. And when you know enough about the Stargate projects and the Looking Glass project to know how string theory works and how the possibility of possibilities works and how making one choice over here doesn't necessarily mean that the other choice couldn't exist at the same time. But once you get your brain wrapped around this subject, you find out that at the end of 2012, in an easy way to put it, the choices that we make become less and less consequential to the future. And eventually we're pushed into this bottleneck of time, no matter which choice we make. And that's important to the people that had access to Looking Glass, because they would use Looking Glass knowing the choices that they would make and the future would pop up. The big mistake was coming up with the possibility of future. And when we started using a computer to say, well, if we make this choice, it's 79% possible that this scenario happens, and 23% are possible, or whatever, using round numbers, that this scenario would happen. The understanding at the time was that was realistic. However, if you go down the road further and free will continues to exercise itself on this game, that 79% possibility sometimes changes very, very fast. But if you look at the situation in a point of time, it seems very realistic that that's the greatest possibility. What happened was people, very smart people, began to figure out that something big was coming up. Something that made it so all the possibilities of all the future scenarios of any choice, any possibility that was fed in and observed through the looking glass inherently ended up in the same future. And no decision, no possibility changed past a certain point. That's the big secret. All possible timelines lead to the same basic set of history in the future. That is what sends everybody that has all of the information, that knows everything, into a blind panic. The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game. And nothing could be manipulated beyond that point. When I was in the military, it would have been before '97 when I got in trouble. One of my particular areas that I was amazingly intuitive about is problem solving / mission planning, or more specifically, taking a bad mission and fixing it. Certainly knowing how string theory and possible futures works makes it so you can work your mind very quickly to see the reality of what's happening and decide what decisions need to be made to change it for a particular outcome. At a certain point, after they're done hearing the computer tell them this is what's going to happen over and over and over and over again, all they become focused on is, how do we fix it? What I do know is that I was called in and asked to solve this problem, this timeline contraction problem. And I eventually did my due diligence and did all the investigating, and basically only had one piece of information, and that was reinforcement. The computer's right. The timelines will contract down to some inevitable thing. There is an inevitable event. It's been forecast, it's been predicted, it's been fed to us in a slop trough of what they want us to believe will happen. They don't actually have control over what happens. They only have control over the reaction, and it seems that no matter what they try to do to cause their desired reaction, it's going to have an opposite effect. Much, much easier for me to explain today what that process is as opposed to back then. If I had to give it a name, I would say it's the awakening process. It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess. Essentially what happened with Looking Glass, not only did they not want people to use it anymore because they knew it was just going to burp out the same thing, but at the same time they didn't want anybody else to know what it was saying, I'm sure. Because that information was of a monumental concern when I was in the military about how to prevent this inevitability. Now, at first I thought it was end of the world. Now I see end of the world as end of their world. The biggest cherry on top of all this conversation would be a synopsis to say that if if I could convince everybody out there that for all intents and purposes, what we believe to be true eventually becomes true. If somebody convinces us that a major disaster is going to happen in the very near future, a major disaster happens in the very near future. If we don't buy into that fear and accept that there's really nothing that we know is going to happen, and accept of whatever happens, that makes the convergence of the timelines happen as naturally as possible. Any attempts to try to go away from this one inevitable conclusion, I again see as a new beginning, an end of this reality, the beginning of something that we can't even possibly understand based on the level of our beliefs currently. But when all that information comes flooding out, there's going to be no denying what's true and what's a lie or what's illusion. Basically, what we're experiencing right now is two master chess players sitting at the board. And one of them looks down at the board and sees that he's in checkmate in 7 moves. And he looks across at his opponent and he knows that his opponent sees it too. So there's no getting out of it. So at this point, the loser can only prolong the game. Both players know the game is over. It's only a matter of time before he does this, and then you're forced to do this, and then he's forced to do this, and eventually checkmate. We, as a race, if we could understand that the game is over, that based on the rules of the game, the bad guys have already lost, the good guys have already won. Yes, there's moves left on the table, but those moves are being forced by the player that is going to win. The only way that checkmate can't happen is if the player that's winning makes a mistake. But from all of the information that I've gathered, all of the information that's been given, all of the information that's been vetted to me, it seems pretty obvious that the good guy player on the side of the chessboard knows exactly what has to be done to win the game. And so at this point, any mistake would be all but impossible. But again, you really have to understand the game to know that the guy that's losing is lost. And I'm sure most people sitting watching a chess match between two advanced chess players know the game's over long after the two players know it's over. Because they can't see the board and see that there's only 7 moves left.
All right, there you have it. You heard it here first. So what if now? How we know the good guys have already won? It's predestined. It's in the mainframes of the supercomputers, the looking glass that they used in the D-Wave, the DARPA future prediction, and the Palantiring, and all the Earth modeling they've done in the programs. Okay, this looking glass. So we know that there's an ultimate there's an ascension. We learn, we awaken. The entire world's population comes to realize what the fuck's actually going on. Now this time frame is from now to the end of 2024, when the Kali Yuga, and if you want to study the Kali Yuga and the Aztec, the Mayan, and the Vedic, the ancient Indian Vedic astrologies, and time calendars, and Ariel knows about this. If you want to study those calendars and figure out the dates, that relate to 2012 and 2024, 25, and then 2068 for some sort of cataclysmic thing that the dragons showed me an end date. Like if hypothetically if it got prolonged to 2068, there would be a cataclysm that wiped everything off and totally started everything anew. And that, so to speak, might be happening with what Deplorable Duck, Donald on Deplorable Duck channel was talking about last night, was that the CERN has made this God particle, or they were trying to make the God particle, and they either succeeded or they didn't, and supposedly planting this God particle that they made, replanting it in the center of the galaxy or the center of the universe, and creation and everything started to Genesis again. And we are on the verge of catching that initial wave, or we are catching that initial wave of cosmic radiation and stuff. And the fact that the Planet 9 Nemesis, Planet X, Nibiru system is just shy of entering our system, and with objects that are involved with that system have already been affecting us with the backside pressure shown on the geomagnetic models, field models, and the frequencies coming in to the VLF sites in northern Italy and everywhere else. And the reason why they've shut down some of the electronic monitors that NOAA and NASA run for our hemisphere, for our Western hemisphere. And the Europeans have a strict ethical disclosure of information code for the internet. But they're also a lot more lenient in the information they provide as far as instrument monitoring and things like that, things of a technical nature. The Russians are whether it's fabricated or not, they are showing their equipment readouts, and the United States does not. And we have more sensors than they do in Cheyenne Mountain alone, on top of Cheyenne Mountain alone, and in the rest of the country. Believe me, because I've seen Cheyenne Mountain. I've been there. I know what's on top of the motherfucker to fucking read what's coming in from outer space, guys. Okay? I've been to Pikes Peak, been on top of Pikes Peak too. All right? And I see the little entrance to under the mountain. So I know more than anyone else does, that except for the people that have seen it themselves, that we have the capabilities of monitoring, predicting stuff way out into the future. And then our technology with this looking glass and things with the D-Wave and the predictive stuff, all we have left is the people, the whistleblowers, to come forward that have seen this information, like this guy here on the video. Whether it's manufactured or not, I believe what he said, because I've been feeling that same thing. I've been shown that same thing back in 1994 when I traveled on the astral plane, or wherever the fuck you want to call it, and met these entities way long before I acquired Zorstar, my symbiotic. And he can tell you shit. If I bring him out, he'll tell you stuff about his timeline, dimensionality, where it's from, and why it's here and infecting someone like me. Okay. So no matter how crazy that sounds, I know I've been committed before and deemed mentally incompetent and all this shit. But really, guys, really, do you think this guy is fucking mentally incompetent? To tell you, really, do you think so? I don't actually. Never did believe it, but I'm going to run with it because it's legally binding to me that they say I'm fucking crazy and nothing I say matters on fucking paper or video or recorded conversation or anything. Nothing I say fucking makes a hill of fucking beans. And it can be discredited because I've been committed before. I take medicine, blah, blah, blah. I have a drug problem in the past in my whole life and drinking and all this shit. And I can be discredited. But really, guys, really, do you think this my entertainment only disclaimer is just there for it's only there to protect me at Joseph Walker, which I'm not Joseph Walker right now. I'm Mr. Mission Control. So I got this hat on and I'm on my channel. So, take it as you want, but I've got 6 people in here and then I got 1,000 or 2,000 people on BitChute that watch my stuff and they don't comment too much over at BitChute. You guys do. Because you're used to being in the community of YouTube and being comfortable and comment. Now I got open chat up here. I just got my bug out gear together. I don't think we're going to have to bug out. I think it's going to, from these videos I've seen today, take the links I showed you, and there's one. There's some channels about the stimulus, but the Odyssey video banned YouTube videos, evidence that will send all who knowingly cooperated to jail. You need to watch that one, especially. I cannot put that on YouTube without getting a strike, and I want to leave this video up because it's advertising my other one, and then one by High Impact Flicks that says Pharmacy Tech. I was a GPIG. He called his local Walgreens about the database. High Impact Flicks did today, and come to find out there is one. Digital, you're on YouTube. Why aren't you on my Twitch? Populating my Twitch, getting channels, getting likes and stuff on the Twitch, or at Deep State Watchdogs on Twitters. You're obviously not done with YouTube. You're still on YouTube right there. It says little YouTube icon, digital mobile post. Make a new channel. Come up with something fucking unique. I need people to run the channels. I need people. I did the Not Your Father's Country channel. But I need people to run a channel called COVID Obscene, and then I need somebody to run a channel called Nobody's News, and then I need Wish Stranger would make this channel and start uploading called Domestic Rebel Patriot Soldier. And then a channel called, what's that? Yuri Bezmenev says Ideological Subversion. A channel called Ideological Subversion. So I've got a lot of channels, and these can be put on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, and get as many views, and not have to deal with YouTube censorship. But we need to transition away. Digital is right. Making videos does not draw too much negative energy if you know what you're doing, digital. If you know how to transmutate and and kung fu, negative energies, and trolls, and all that shit. You know, just take for instance how I fucking handle your fucking ass, digital. Come on now. A channel called Not My President. There you go. See, now you're thinking. Now you're contributing. I'd like you to do that more often than making smart ass fucking comments. Like where my mom is and shit like that. So that's tonight's stream, guys. I'm going to leave you with some more aimed ahead. And I'm going to leave chat open. But before I get myself into any more trouble or say anything else, Frigga, I need you working on those ratio numbers that I was talking about earlier for the bears and everything. And you'll have to find the websites that have the injection numbers that are actually injected. And then figure that, some of them are placebos, I guess, or whatever they say. So hopefully I'll leave this video up. Hopefully it doesn't get some kind of strike. All the music's copyright free. And the video I shared there from BitChute, there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. And I haven't mentioned, anything else or anything. And I hope you guys kept it out of chat. The thing and the sickness and everything. So, this is our sacrifice. This is our sacrifice. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. I will be uploading every night. Again, around in between 5 and 9 o'clock. Just going to vary. I'm not putting myself on a time frame anymore. It's too stressful, and it was affecting the quality of the streams because I was sometimes in a hurry, and then sometimes I had a show lined out, and then other things popped up, and I had to cover those instead of what I had lined up. And I'm, really behind on shows, a whole 2 weeks, 3 weeks of shows behind on stuff because of them taking my channels down and whatnot. I've been real behind. And the people I've been getting, and BitChute's uploading problems, so, but this one's going up on BitChute. The last one I had put up on BitChute was the domestic terrorist one handbook that I'm not going to do a series on. That was just the title of it. It'll just being sarcastic and satire and shit. My thing is satire and sarcastic reality, but it's it's in your face truth. But the disclaimer on it is, hey, it's from a crazy man, from a made-up character on a fucking crazy name channel. The guy thinks he's some kind of fucking military astronaut, magic user, whatever. Watcher, symbiotic, transdimensional entity, whatever. Have a good night, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. Same bat time, channel around there, in between 5 and 9 Central Standard Time.